Couldn't you sleep?
No, I'm as well up when I wake cold. I never get properly off again.
No sign of him yet.
I wasn't looking for them. I was looking at the weather. They need their heads seeing to gallivanting off to seaside at this time of year.
I suppose Alan couldn't get the lend of it any other time. Chap'd want him for it himself, I dare say.
It's to be hoped he knows what he's about, that's all.
Well, Dora says they'll only have to pay for petrol. They can't have a day out once in 3 years.
I meant the bloody contraption. Charlie Wilkinson lost his leg on one of them things.
You care, then? What happens to him?
Care? Don't lead me on, Polly.
When did I ever lead you on?
You went again me with them too.
I did me bit for the lad, that's all. Punish me for it if you must.
Punish you? I've done now. Said now.
When you shut our Dora out, it's not just me you punish.
I'm seeing if I can do it with this lot on. Right on, pillion. It's a bit bulky, is this lot?
Well, if you will borrow from a big gorilla like Chopper, what else do you expect? Where's Alan going to sit?
In front of me, of course.
You could get him in there with you. He look like a bloody bell tent.
I'm not riding on pillion from choice animals. It's 60-odd miles.
Do you think we'll get there?
How do you mean? Don't think we'll get there.
Get where we're going.
Well, that's a right attitude.
I can't rightly believe it, you know. They're going somewhere.
Go on then, tell them where you are.
Shut up! Half the street are still in bed. How about you then?
What about me?
Want to stretch?
No, I'll stay here.
You all right now?
No, I shouldn't have been.
You were a bit quiet early on.
He's loving it, isn't he?
Sam? Aye, he's well suited.
Just like...
Like the old days.
the best of them.
I'll go and see if they're ready.
Alan, are you sure we can afford it?
We for petrol, and a bit over. We shall be right.
Are you coming down to see 'em off?
Hey, I'll stop where I am.
I'm just off out back.
Does it belt then?
We're doing 30 miles an hour, aren't we?
I'm not going at 30 miles an hour.
But he can do 100.
You can go without me. I'm stopping at home.
He meant without the sidecar.
Look, I'm not built for speeding. I don't hold with it any road.
We should be lucky if we get there.
He's admitted it, you see.
I mean, at the rate we'll be going.
We can't go that fast, because bottom might drop out.
Are we all ready then?
Yeah. Come buy this off some chewing gum in Mrs. Holland's here.
Just close, it's only 7 o'clock.
Ethel?
Hello.
Ma'am, you shouldn't come out like that. You get so cold.
We don't see much of you these days.
I've been so busy getting straight. I'll come round more when we're settled. Is Dad still in bed?
Yes. He'll be glad to see you, too.
Will he?
You're all right, you and Alan?
Yes.
Not sorry, then, that you went?
No, Mum, I'm not sorry.
You can't say fairer than that, then.
Well, what's that long face for?
They sent me out.
If you go into the top left-hand drawer of my dresser, you might find something in a paper bag. Your granddad's in bed, so don't make a noise.
Thanks, Gran.
They get on, him and Alan.
Oh, he misses George, though.
He's missed here, too.
Take your hand out of that drawer.
My gran said to.
Your gran?
Yes.
Said what? What did she say?
She said there'd be something in there for me.
What?
I don't know. She said, in a bag, she said.
Spice.
Aye.
She spoils you, don't she, your gran?
Aye.
I don't spoil you, do I? Do I spoil you then?
No, Grandad, you don't spoil me.
Come on, Ethel, it'll be dinner time.
I've forgotten sandwiches.
I've got 'em here, come on.
I'll not be rushed.
I'll help you in.
I'll help myself. My legs will not take me of their own accord. I'm stopping at home.
Where do you want her to go?
Get in front, Ethel, will you? Get in with your Aunt Ethel. You'll daughter get in back, will you?
Go in, ma'am. You'll get your death.
Have a good day. Take care of him, Alan.
Aye.
Got your spice?
Grandad gave them to me.
Which leg do I put in first?
Come here.
Oh, George. Oh.
They'd better not break down. They've only got enough for petrol.
They could have gone on a trip for what it'll cost.
Nay, it'll be a change from any road.
Wishing you were going with 'em, Polly.
I'd not be human if I didn't. But there's naught we can give up to pay for a day out, bar eating. I'd ought to let us starve and have done with it.
Oh, they might need us. They'd put us out to grass and bloody milk us if they could.
They're off.
Aye.
Naughty one I've seen before.
Come on, Ethel. All right.
Are we trespassing? We better get off in case he comes back.
Hey, I don't think he'll bother with us.
Do you know how long it is since I saw the sea? 4 years. Day trip to Scarborough. Of course, we haven't got there yet.
About halfway, I reckon.
Dora looks well.
Aye, she looks well.
It's all right, then.
I think it is.
You only think. Neighbours bothering her about not being married, is it?
In her mind, they do. She don't go out more than she can help.
Well, perhaps she likes being at home best, eh?
Maybe.
You look well on it, any road.
Aye.
And Sam?
I sometimes wish he were a bit more trouble. He tries too hard. Not like a lad. Falls over his sin not to cross me. Watches me all the time. As if I were gonna vanish into thin air. That's what he wants.
There's a dead in it.
Last year's. Never left nest. There's a bit of shell there. Chaffinch, see? Grey. Bit of pink. Little brown blodges.
How many would there be?
between 4 and 6. So likely some of them made it, eh? He's a cheery little bird, the chaffinch. He likes country best. Doesn't like cities much, not like sparrows. There are plenty of chaffinches up by Sally Walsh's dam. I've been promised to lend her that rod again this year. I'll come fishing with me, wilt thou?
Aye.
Chuck it in Edge Bottom.
Why didn't it go, do you reckon?
Too cosy ain't nest happen. Happen it just didn't want to go.
Come on, you two! Time for off! He'll have one of his own soon. That'll warm him.
He hasn't missed a shift since I told him.
In the gates.
Come on.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. Hey!
I didn't wake up until after they'd gone. I wish I'd seen them. Oh, they wouldn't want to wake you. They'll be bringing George and Ethel back tonight. Best part of the way there by now, I should think.
Do you remember that boarding house at Blackpool that we went to? The year after me and Sid got wed. That Mrs. Courtauld, eyes like chapel at pegs. She thought we were living over at Brush. It tickled Sid's fancy to out like that. I'm having young Fred round to dinner. Our Ruby's gone off with him to pub again. It could have made a better job of it, you know.
Better job of what? Who?
The Almighty. Not a bad lad is young Fred. He deserved a better mother than our Ruby. I wish I'd not told him that your Sam was off at seaside. Fred's never seen t' sea. I feel as if I'd taken it off him and given it to somebody else.
You can't take away from him what he's never had.
Our Edmund only saw it up the once. On his way to France in 1917. He was sick all way, he said. I've got his letter in my dressing table drawer. Hey, why do we keep such things? I shall never see him again in this life. I don't believe in t'other.
You should come to church once in a while, May. You don't try.
Oh, you have to try at it, do you? I should have thought either it was there or it wasn't. Like stacks.
You've got to stand up and look out at window to see stacks, May.
I bet you can smell 'em sitting down.
How are you managing?
Not without our Alan's money, you mean? Oh, no worse off than you.
Well, it's easier for two, you know it is.
Well, I hadn't much more to bring him up on after his father died. It's his company I miss most.
I'm sorry it were our Dora that took him from you.
Oh, so am I. No good beating about the bush. Still, what's done is done. Where's your Jack?
He's upstairs reading.
Oh, it's no good asking if I can borrow your Empire News, then.
Oh, you can have that with pleasure. Here somewhere. He's reading some of our Frank's books.
What, school books?
I don't know what he's got up there. Don't say I told you. He doesn't like us to know.
Spicy books.
Now, May, you know our Frank wouldn't have anything of that sort.
What's wrong with a bit of spice? I'll bring a paper back for you, love. Bye-bye, look her up.
Hello, Polly. Can I come in, love?
Aye, come in, Saul.
A bit on the sharp side. Bright, though. Is Jack in?
Aye. Jack, it's Saul. Where have you been hiding yourself?
Hey, you know, one thing and another.
Are Rita all right?
Aye, she's in fair shape as a Rita.
We thought you'd forgotten us.
Nay, not forgotten, lass. Not forgotten.
So?
They've sent me from welfare to see if you'll come.
Who has?
Barrett.
You said they.
Well, union committee then.
The unions are for working men. It's 9 years since I collected a wage. What interest have they got in me?
Yeah, they just sent me to ask. They didn't say what for.
Looking for somebody with naught to lose to fight their battles for 'em, are they?
Well, I've naught to lose, have I? Choose what they want me for.
Let him tell 'em you've been dead 9 year. They'd know no different.
My penny?
Well, I saw it first.
Let's be on, then.
You wait your rush. Let's sit a while.
Tommy.
See how they've got.
How much longer are they going to be in the air?
They're talking about dirt dispute, or so I've been told any road.
Still on with that?
Well, when have they not been this last 9 years? Don't you read about it in Free Press?
It's like out else that's free, it never comes near me. What's the latest?
4% and close 2 seasons.
My God.
I thought you'd have kept in touch, taken an interest.
Thought you kept in touch with me?
Well, I see them now and again. Besides, I come down here a lot, don't I?
And I don't.
Every man to his taste.
Taste? Is that what you thought it was?
Well, I knew it couldn't be beer.
That's what it is, though, sir.
Get away. Your dad drank this and is afford him. You've supped enough in your time and all.
Aye, we're not brass to pay for it.
Ah, I see.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I
That's
wondered...
an old liar, sir. Thou well knew why I kept away.
Well, there has been other talk, Jack.
What about me?
Well, if there's been gone from sight, there's not been entirely forgotten the nose.
What sort of talk?
Well, you discussed it where you were left. You were blacklisted and nobody did out about it.
They'd gone back after a long drag. The spirit was gone. You think I expected them to flog themselves over me?
Well, there's some that said that they should have.
Well, I wasn't one of them, so.
Not deep down, eh?
You don't start talk when you keep things deep down.
Oh. Perhaps you start somewhere else, though.
Can I sup a pint, Jack?
Oh, Chopper.
How about these all?
I'll have one with you, lad.
Go on, Jack, have a pint.
Go on, lad. He's glad to see thee. Him and a few more. They know you're here.
Come on,
They're
Jack, lad, it's
watching
nice to see thee.
Nay, I'll let it pass.
Go on, have a pint.
Thanks all the same, but nay, nay. Look, tell them in there I couldn't wait.
Ah, but...
Jack, I asked Lad to tell you how we're here. He wouldn't know you, I suppose.
Aye, that's right, Polly. He wouldn't have known me. What are you doing here?
You came out when out. Put that in your pocket.
Polly?
It's a bit I had by you didn't know about. You can't hold your own when out in your pocket.
You're a wicked woman, Polly.
Am I?
What did I tell you when I lost work? No more club, that's what I said.
And that's how it's been. Only take it, Jack. Take it, lad.
Can I go off, Mum?
Aye.
Don't go too far, though.
Get the boots off, George, so I can go for a paddle.
Flag Day in Aberdeen.
Whole beach to ourselves.
Well, welcome to it, I should think, too.
Now, come down and sit over here, and I'll cuddle you warm.
Yeah, I'll stop where I am. I'll have a pillion where my backside is to be.
You'll not be able to go for your donkey ride then.
Dreaming of home.
Eh?
Well, the gum's all this way, and they shuts the eyes.
What are you thinking about?
Clutch. It's a bit sharp, that clutch. Happen if I offer to do it for him, he might give us the end of it again.
Bike up clutch.
Something new, that'd be. A day out on a clutch.
Are you hungry?
I'm working on it. I can wait.
I think I'll go and see what Sam's up to.
I'll come with it.
Give us the ball.
No.
Go on.
No.
Hey!
Don't. Come on. Have you see?
Oh, you won't.
It'll be another hour yet.
I don't mind waiting.
Frank,
Ma'am,
it's you.
every inch of me. I'm sorry I couldn't let you know I was coming.
You've holiday?
No, not holiday.
You've lost your job?
No. The happening might lose me. I've come for a chat.
With who?
Watkins. Williams is leaving. They'll have me back at the school if I come.
You've hardly been gone 5 minutes.
I've been a bit homesick, man.
Homesick? For this place?
Aye, a grown man homesick.
No wrong in that. Oh, but to go all that way and then to come back.
Dad's not going to be pleased, is he?
He'll say he's not. Not much seems to please him these days.
How's Dora?
No different than when I wrote. We don't see much of her of late. Not since she went to Galwick. They've gone out for the day on a borrowed motorbike.
And Dad?
He's down at welfare. Committee sent for him.
Sent for him?
Oh, it'll be something or nothing. But it's brightened his day. I could see when he went through that door. He were walking straighter just for being noticed.
George, come on. Oh. George!
Oh, thought I was sitting out in the yard for a minute. Have I been off?
Nay, not so long.
Well, don't tell his lordship. Doesn't want me to close my eyes even. He likes to think I'm getting his money's worth.
Tell him that needs to sleep for Bairn's sake.
Well, that's crafty. Aye, that'd shut him up. Yeah, I don't know what I'll do if it's a lass. He's set his heart on a lad. Look at him with young Sam.
It'll not matter when time comes. Didn't for Jack Barraclough.
She was the one he'd set his heart on, all right.
She took it badly going to get him.
She did it, though.
Aye, she did it.
She looked dead when she came back home after Harry Wilson left her. Got life in her now. Take credit for it.
That's a lot want back on shift tomorrow.
Yon clock goes round a bit, don't it?
One of the fastest clocks in these parts is Yon. It's famous for it.
What are they laking at there?
Don't ask me. I'm not on Check Wegman's committee. I just run errands for them.
I thought it was a union meeting.
No, they've just got use of rum, that's all.
It's advice they want.
What on?
Jack was spokesman for the men when the agreement was signed in 28. The one that allowed us 7% dirt.
Happen it'll want the memories stirring. It'll be that young Barrett. He'd be in nappers with that were going on.
Well, won't he be down in the union minutes, all that, lads?
Jackie Clark was secretary then. They chose him because he could write fast. But he was the only one that could read them. Never occurred to nobody that somebody else would want to read them someday.
Send for Jackie, then.
They'd have a bloody long way to send. He went off down Kent way. He was killed in a fall last April.
I didn't know that myself. Didn't even know he'd left here.
He was out of a job like me. You'll find us in one of 3 places. The house, Regent Room, what labour. 3 stops on road to cemetery.
Hey.
Hey, come
on.
Our Billy were in last night, cussing and blinding. It's a mucky seam. Who put dirt there, he says. We didn't. And we haven't to show more than 7% whether it's thick weight or not. 8 tubs a day to get the 7 and 6 pence. And it's hard coal and all. Well, with that and muck, he never gets anywhere near a decent average. And they reckon on 12 tubs a day and above, could he?
And bug dust to shift. Management agreed to take that on.
And they never bloody have done. It's a veil of bloody tears at Skeleton. 3 miles travelling to face, hard coal, great bands of muck, 7 hours or more at it, 3 miles travelling back, and 7 and a ton a day to cop for it.
It's better than holding the cap in labour, so.
Ah, it's a poor lookout, Jack.
There's plenty shoves in more than 7%, or 10 come to that.
Aye, and lose a good slice of the wages when they're found out.
Now, short on a tub at the end of a hard day, see a bit of dirt handy, what would I do? Human, aren't we?
Aye, but we're not supposed to be in the seas.
Ah, if we were penalised on that one tub, I could understand it happen. But it's me and 3 others in every tub we fill. Sometimes I wonder why we bother paying a check way when it's just someone else to come off.
He's there to see fair play. He earns his brass if he's out about him.
Oh, there ain't no bloody allowance. They moan about the amount of coal coming out, the amount of dust in it. It riles Fawcett, that's 7% that knows.
It's the owner, Machin. Fawcett's just his errand lad. We got that agreement of Colonel George, the old owner. I refused to take less. I stood up in that room upstairs and I spoke and they listened to me.
He was a bastard, Machin. Not that ever shows his bloody jaw.
Aye, one of us gone wrong. Worked at a pit in Wigan as a lad. His dad were a banksman. There's nought worse than one of us gone wrong.
Jack Barraclough.
Aye.
Come in, lad. Sorry we've kept you hanging round.
Look your heads, here we go.
That coming on?
Coming on?
How long did you say?
Halfway.
What's halfway?
2 into 9.
2 into 9 won't go.
4.5 months, you fool.
It's a long wait.
And a watch pot never boils.
And that's blushing.
The sun's watching.
Can't feel it move.
No, I can't feel it move. Give over.
Oh, I was listening.
Oh,
I reckon it'll be triplets.
not twins, eh? Triplets, is it?
No, I could tell. Listen, when I tapped you.
What could you hear?
I heard this little voice, and it said, "Which of you 2 little buggers just hit me?"
Whose idea was this?
Why did we do it when the sun was shining?
Ethel's keeping her eyes open, so's George will get his money's worth.
You getting your money's worth?
Me?
You know what my dad said, that I went with you to be kept.
Nay, Dora.
He was right, wasn't he?
Nay.
Have I been value?
You're not to talk like that.
Have I?
Don't spoil, Dora.
Spoil what?
Today, us day out, don't spoil it.
No, I don't mean to.
I thought you were to be contented at first.
Contented?
Aye.
You don't value yourself for much, do you?
You've been like it for weeks.
Like what?
Up and down.
Is that really all you want of me? That I shall be contented?
For now, Anne.
Well, I'm contented. Happy?
I should be if you meant it.
Well, I do mean it. I am. I'm more than contented.
Why, then?
Why have I been a moody madam?
If you like, aye.
Because I always have been and I always will be, I suppose. Because I can't cope with things like some people.
Things?
No, you're right. No, not to spoil it. We won't be back here for a while. And I am. More than contented. Do you believe me?
Aye. I believe you.
But George's not going to be content with you because you've forgotten his flags.
I'll nip back to that shop.
Well, go on then. I'll not run away.
What is it, Saul?
I'll have a pint, lad.
We've turned the corner.
Aye.
I'm in work, Saul.
Aye.
Then you didn't, the old bugger.
Well, I weren't empowered to say, were I?
Aye, we've turned bloody corner.
Aye, and first thing that's come across is my bloody pint. Hey, get it down, the lad. The brothers where that come from. That backward lads, Jack.
Where is it, mate?
Frank Bartloff, is it? Hey. Are you looking for your dad?
Ah, he's not here then?
No, he's just out back in Fairland. He's had one or two, but he's late. You want me to sign you in?
No, just called by. He don't know him back yet.
You just come back to see him, have you?
He's right, is he?
Oh, aye. Upright, any road. Despite he's been celebrating, he's in work.
Work at Skeleton?
Aye. Only paid by the men. Men have voted him check Wayman. Well, Harry Daniels is packing up. His missus died, and he's going to live with his lass over on Runway. You got a good vote, did you, Dad?
Work?
Not this highways, has it?
He's been out 9 years.
Aye, even a lot more. Trouble was your dad said too much. Men would have put him up for the job before, but they knew it'd be a waste of time.
Why's that?
Well, Machin would never have agreed to your dad. Not at that time, anyway. There could have been a court case, mind. But last one dragged on 2 years.
But now he's agreed?
Ah, so it seems. He must think Sting's gone out of Jack's tail. Anyway, your dad's in work. Let him hang on to it. Let somebody else do it shouting. He did his stint 9 years ago when we're up against the old owner.
That's come.
I've been sick. Flu. Have to be back tomorrow week.
Flu, eh? Time off the flu, that's got a Bobby's job.
I don't like some, eh?
I've told him, Jack. I've told him.
I've been home to the man.
Ah.
I should have gone straight and told her.
We'll go and tell her now, shall we?
Aye. We shall go, and we shall tell her.
Aye. I'll see you, Jack. I'll see you. Come on, Ethel.
No, no.
Come on.
I'll take things.
Right.
see you at the bar, Callum.
Aye.
Great. So I bury this to take it with us?
No, take it with us.
Right. Well, we've a good hour before dark. It is better to go now.
It's a long drag for such a short stop like this.
The day trips from Wakefield. We shall come again, all being well.
No use crying over spilt milk. No spilt years. No, you look at that. We're now compared to that.
It'll be better for him.
Will it?
If it's not, we've kept it all going for naught.
I'll call him.
Sam! Sam, we're going now!
Did I ever take thee to where the mother was born?
No?
I'll take thee one day. Then I can see what poverty was.
Did attend at Row.
Don't say out, May.
About what?
That you heard from Walter. That you told me.
Well, he's only got a job, lass. He's not one to Irish sweep. They'll be pleased as punch down in Little Moscow.
Pleased about what?
About your Jack being back in swim. He'd a big following down there in old days.
He's not a communist, May. Well, he's never said as much to me.
He thinks now to Ramsay MacDonald, I know that.
There you are, then.
Thinks a damn sight less of Stanley Bulben and that lot.
It doesn't make him a communist.
It doesn't make him a strict and particular Baptist, neither. They know their own down in Little Moscow. Your dinner's been in Tuffham for 3 hours.
You cooked it for me, did you?
Hey, that'll be the day, lad.
Them that does cooking has the right to complain.
They may have the right. That's two different things, isn't it? If I closed my eyes and took a deep breath, I could think I was in tap room, I reckon.
You'd feel at home then.
Oh, a nod's as good as a wink. See you later, Polly.
Small wonder Sid turned up his toes afore his time.
Now, Jack.
I've spent up
I didn't give it you to put in Yorkshire penny.
6 pints and a gill. Money down drain, you'd have said at one time.
So it is.
Aye, it is. I don't dispute it, but time comes, Polly, time comes.
So it seems.
I shall not make a practice of it.
No.
We shall go on as we are.
Aye.
You know, don't you?
Aye, I know.
I wanted to tell you, Miss Sam.
No matter. Good news is good, choose who brings it. Sit at table.
Yeah, aye.
And thee.
Aye. It's a neck of mutton.
Oh.
And onions. Aye, that's what it is.
Oh. Hey, do you think they've got them, whatever's in them trees?
Well, he didn't have to go up there. It's only us.
Where did he say we were?
It's about 10 more miles, he said. Is he asleep, Sam?
Oh, he's fast off.
I can wake him if you're desperate.
No. If I were to get out, I'd never get back in again. I think they built me in when they made it the size I am.
How much longer will it be?
Oh, about half an hour, I should
Oh,
think.
God. When are you
you. Don't you start. He asks me 5 times a day. And 10 on Sundays. What about you?
I'm not wed, am I?
Take the bread knife to bed with you, do you?
No.
No, I thought that when you didn't.
We should be wed when I get my divorce.
Will you get a divorce?
Of course.
Are you sure?
Look, Harry can't marry her till I divorce him.
You're married to Alan already in your mind, aren't you?
Isn't that what counts?
What should count, Alan? There are more bastards born in wedlock than out.
Is there?
Oh, I could name you a few.
It's us, isn't it? You point the finger. You know, Jesse Cranwick's little lad, Arthur. Well, I've said it myself. I said, poor little Arthur. I've said, born out of wedlock. But I'll make him poor little Arthur by saying that.
Yeah, we're all a bit two-faced when it comes down to it.
Until it happens to us.
Aye, till it happens to us. Are you feared of the dark, George? You call yourself a collier?
Hey, just thought it was time we were off, that's all.
Slept it off.
What time is it?
8 o'clock, near enough.
Where's that, Frank?
Upstairs. I'll go.
Polly?
Come in, Toby.
Jack? It's thee, is it? Brought bad news, will he?
Now, Jack, why should he bring bad news?
I've never known him bring out else, ever, Toby?
It's none of my making.
Ah, give thee that. That not a maker, that a bringer. Well, what has they brought this time? Might as well let us know the worst.
Jack.
I'll lay 2 to 1 on it, am I right?
Well, it's not good.
What did I tell you? Let's have it then.
I knows I've seen solicitor for Dora for divorce.
Aye.
They wrote to Harry in Canada. He'd gone.
Gone?
Gone from the address he sent me.
What about the woman?
She's gone too, as far as I know.
What do they do now, then?
I don't see as out they can do unless they find him.
Doesn't he want to marry her? The woman? Doesn't he want a divorce? Does he want to raise bastards?
Jack.
Does he want a divorce?
I wouldn't know that, would I, Jack?
Well, they knows the position she's in. What's she to do if she can't get hold of him?
I asked them that. They say it could take 7 years.
7 years?
To presume him dead.
He's different already.
I was talking about standing for union again next June.
That's what you'd expect of him.
Does it worry you?
Worry?
Well, Saul thinks he should be content with the job.
Saul always did.
And you?
9 years of his lives they took. They can't take much more. Did he tell you why they'd given him job?
Only that he'd been nominated and voted in.
I've only one wish. That it could have happened earlier than it has done.
Why now?
Why now? Well, why not now?
I don't know.
What don't you know?
Saul says they would have had him back before, but the management has to agree to the men's choice. Well, why not? If they wouldn't have him back before, what's special about now?
Don't say things like that, Frank. Don't put a cloud over it.
I'm sorry, it's nothing. Except what I've inherited from you.
Inherited what?
A suspicious mind.
Polly, they've come. I'll go out to them.
Yeah, come with you.
Let him on his own a bit.
I'm off out back.
Let's just get my hand under his legs.
Oh, I can wake him if you like.
Oh, I can manage. Up he comes. Aye.
I'll take him. Give him here.
Alan, is that you?
I'll just go and see my mum.
I've come to say a word to thee. Shall I take him upstairs?
Aye, he can sleep on our bed.
Well, no, he's school tomorrow. He's not had his tea either. It's early yet.
Well, put him down here then. Cook kettle on. I'll go and get us something to eat.
Well, then.
He is just a lad, you see.
Aye.
You've always seen him as his father in flesh, haven't you?
I don't know what you mean, Dora.
No matter.
Have you had a good day?
Aye, we had a good day.
It's 10 years since I saw the sea.
Still there.
I shall be able to take your mother now, all in good time.
Now?
I've got work. They voted me in, check Wayman. They remembered me. First chance they had, they voted me in.
Thank God.
There's a home for you, for the lad, for both of you, whenever you've a mind.
Oh, don't spoil it, Dad. Oh, I'm glad for you. I'm so glad for you and for Mam. Don't spoil it.
I said there's a home for you. We can be a proud family again, like we were. What's to spoil? I'm a man again. I shall stand for the union and I shall be listened to.
And who will you listen to, Dad? Not to me. You've never listened to me, have you?
I've always listened to you, Dora.
No, you haven't. Never. You just listened to someone inside your head you thought was me. You never stopped to listen, Dad. You're like the tide. You roll in and drown us all. Dad, I'm happy.
You'll wake the lad.
But I'm happy in my sin, if you like. Don't you want me to be happy?
You'll wake him.
But I'm happy, and it's all going to be so grand for us now, for you and Mam and me. But don't drown me, Dad. Don't say there's a home for me here when I've got the one I want. But listen to me, Dad. Look, he's taken my lad in, but he wants one of his own. He's never said so, never, but I know it, and the divorce will go through, and if it's a week or a month or two after before we can wed, it doesn't matter to him or to me, or it doesn't need to matter to anybody if you just listen to me, Dad.
After? You said after. After what?
It's happened like you said. You were right. I'm pregnant. I have his child inside me.
Mum! Mum, I can hear the sea.